Hi, I'm PGA professional Jason Reddington and Director of Instruction here at Mirabel in Scottsdale, Arizona. And today we're going to talk about the transition into the downswing. From the top of the backswing, the change of direction that takes us into the forward swing, and what causes that, what initiates that. I get this question a lot. I would say it's one of the most prevalent questions that we get as instructors. What causes, what starts the downswing? And the best answer that I can give you, and the actual answer is, it starts from the ground up. It works from the feet, works up to your ankles, your knees, your hips, and then into the upper body. So a lot of people will say, well, is it the arms? Is it the hips? Is it the lower body? Well, the answer is, I would actually say none of the above there. It's definitely not the arms. The hips and the lower body, to me, doesn't describe it specifically enough. When I'm talking about the lower body initiating the downswing, it's all the way down to the ground. It's the use of the feet to transition you and to get the rest of those body parts moving in proper sequencing. And what I mean by this is, if we swing to the top, and then I just start spinning my hips out and clearing my hips, which I see a lot of people trying to generate speed by clearing their hips. Well, now a few things have happened. One, my hips are way left and open to the target, as is my shoulders. And I'll show you from the face-on view here in a second as well. My arms have also gotten way out in front of me to where they're going to most likely work across the golf ball as we come through impact. The other thing that's happened is this leg is already pretty straight. So I've spun out to where this leg is straight, which means that my weight is way back here. It's way back on my right side. And so what that's going to do is, obviously it could cause you to hit behind the golf ball, and will on a fairly consistent basis, but it can also cause you to hit shots thin because your bottom point isn't where it needs to be, which is in front of the golf ball. So we want to get the sense that it's not the hips, it's not the lower body, it's the feet. I'm going to change pressures as I work into this downswing. You can see there's still quite a bit of knee flex in my left knee, much more than there is in my right. I'm feeling a lot of pressure in my left foot there because I've really driven into that. Some people call it a hip bump to the left. You can call it whatever you want, but it's definitely starting by using the ground as leverage and using your feet to make that transition. As I do that, the arms work down in a much better position down and from the inside. They're still in a deep position in my downswing to where now I can begin to unwind. Now I can begin to work through the shot and release and let those hips clear. You can see again, as I bump to the left, now the sternum is much more over that golf ball. My hands can lead much more now. I'm not back here as I demonstrated when we spun the hips out. So now I'm driving more into my left side. Really allows me to get more over this golf ball, or even in front of the golf ball, to where then I can clear and work through the shot. Okay, so from this down the line view, again, what it's going to create is, if we get to the top and we work our arms from the top, which is very, very prevalent, we get a lot of people that try to control it with the upper body and the shoulders. That's no good because the club's working out and across. If we try to clear our hips right away, you can see how everything spins out. Club again goes in this direction. As I demonstrated before, straight left leg, weights more to the right. You can see how this club is going to swing more across the ball and to the left through impact. If we get it done properly, we're bumping, shifting, transferring your weight in your left side, driving with the feet, using the ground as leverage. That's getting me more on top of the golf ball. You can see how the arms and hands are down much better to where they can attack from the inside. Now I can let everything clear as I work through the shot. But very important, you got to use the ground as leverage, and that's where you're generating all your power. If you clear the hips just trying to spin and do them as fast as you can, again, the use of the word spin is correct, because now we've lost that leverage. We've got nothing to drive from. Okay, so now we've actually lost power, let alone consistency. So in terms of fitness, it's very, very important that you're using different footwork activities in your exercises, balance activities, and of course stabilizing the core strength, hip stability, and also leg strength to be able to coordinate these things and get all these things moving together much better. So use these fitness tips to help you do this, but it's definitely a transition more with the feet, then working up from the ground. Use the ground as leverage to drive more into your left side, get that weight more into the left side, into your through swing, so you can drive through the shot and that'll get you more consistent contact and also a very, very powerful swing. Use these tips to help you make better contact and make better golf swings.